The medical bay's quarantine field hummed at precisely 432 Hz, a frequency Oscar had memorized 3 years ago when he'd first begun his research on Etherian biology. Through the translucent energy barrier, he could see her, though the name meant nothing in her native language, which humans couldn't pronounce without cybernetic vocal modifications. Dr. Chen, you understand the situation? Director Callas asked, her face grave. The neural fracture is progressing. Our xenobiologists estimate she has 72 hours before complete cognitive dissolution. Oscar nodded, his eyes never leaving Orla's prone form. Her skin shifted through chromatic patterns, deep violets bleeding into sickly greens. Pain indicators, he knew. The Etherians communicated complex, emotional and physiological states through bioluminescent pigmentation controlled by specialized cells beneath their dermal layer. The fracture occurred during the quantum translation, Callas continued. When her ship attempted to breach the Ort barrier, something in the translation matrix broke her. Not her body, her consciousness. She exists in multiple quantum states simultaneously, and her mind can't reconcile them. I know, Oscar said quietly. Callas raised an eyebrow. You know, I need access. Full access. No observation protocols, no committee oversight. That's highly irregular, Director. I wrote the paper on Etherian quantum cognition. I know what happened to her because I predicted it would happen. 3 years ago, one submitted a report to the Colonial Science Council warning that Etherian neural architecture couldn't survive human quantum translation technology. No one listened. The silence stretched between them like the vacuum of space. If you knew, Callas said slowly, why didn't you? I tried. I screamed into every channel available. But the Council wanted Etherian trade routes more than they wanted to listen to one researcher's theoretical concerns. Oscar finally turned to face her. So yes, I know exactly what's wrong with Orla, and I know how to fix it. 20 minutes later, Oscar stood inside the quarantine field, the hum surrounding him like an electronic cocoon. Orla's eyes, 3 of them arranged in a triangular pattern, tracked his movement with disturbing precision. Each eye, he knew, perceived a different quantum probability state. Hello, Orla, he said, in carefully practiced Etherian, his vocal implant modulating the sounds. I'm Oscar. I'm here to help you become whole again. Her skin flashed crimson confusion, then settled into a nauseating swirl of colors that had no human equivalent. She was trying to speak, but her consciousness was too fragmented to form coherent bioluminescent patterns. Oscar sat cross-legged beside her suspension pod, pulling out a small device from his medical kit. It looked deceptively simple, a metallic sphere no larger than a marble, covered in microscopic quantum processors. This is a consciousness bridge, he explained, knowing she might only understand fragments. Your people developed it for injured children, to help damaged minds reconnect with themselves. But you lost the technology 200 years ago during the Cascade War. I found the blueprints in the archive of lost civilizations on Kepler 440b. Ita spent 18 months reconstructing it, 18 months of sleepless nights, failed prototypes, and the growing certainty that eventually someone like Orla would need it. I'm going to connect this to your primary neural stem, Oscar continued, moving slowly so she could follow his actions. It will create a quantum anchor, a single definitive state for your consciousness to collapse into. But I need you to trust me. I need you to choose which version of yourself you want to be. Her colors shifted rapidly, fear, hope, desperation, gratitude, all cascading over her skin in waves. Oscar activated the device. It began to glow with a soft blue light that resonated at the same frequency as Etherian neural tissue. Carefully, reverently, he placed it against the base of her skull where her primary neural cluster resided. The reaction was immediate and violent. Orla's body convulsed as the quantum bridge began, forcing her fragmented consciousness to choose. In one probability state, she was a xenobotanist traveling to study Earth's forests. In another, a diplomat seeking peace treaties. In yet another, a simple merchant hoping to trade in exotic textiles. Dozens of quantum versions of herself, all equally real, all screaming to be the one true Orla. Oscar gripped her hand, a gesture that meant nothing to Etherians but everything to him. Choose, he whispered. Choose who you are, not who you were or might have been, who you are right now, in this moment. The colors on her skin became a supernova of light. Then, suddenly, stillness. Her skin settled into a deep, calm blue. Peace, wholeness. Her 3 eyes focused, all seeing the same reality now, and locked onto Oscar's face. Through her bioluminescence, she formed words. How did you know to save me? Oscar smiled, tears forming in his eyes. Because I've been waiting 3 years for someone to need saving. I couldn't stop them from risking your people's lives with our translation technology, but I could prepare to fix what they broke. Her colors shifted to warm gold Etherean gratitude, a rare and precious expression. You knew I would come, she pulsed. I knew someone would. I hoped I could help them when they did. Director Callis entered the quarantine field, her expression unreadable. Dr. Chen, the council wants to see you. They're calling it a miracle. They want to know how you did it. Oscar stood, still holding Orla's hand. Tell them it wasn't a miracle. It was just someone listening when they should have listened 3 years ago. He looked down at Orla, whose colors now displayed complex patterns of thought and consciousness unified whole, and utterly herself, and tell them that the next time a researcher warns them about quantum translation incompatibility, they might want to pay attention. Because next time, I might not be here to fix their mistakes. Orla's skin flashed brilliant white Etherean laughed around for the first time since arriving on Earth. She was truly alive.